Something is happening to you right now, and it is no longer hiding in the shadows. The air around you is shifting, the energy tightening, and the path beneath your feet is quietly changing shape. Your life has already crossed an invisible threshold, and there is no turning back. This is not a coincidence or imagination. This is intervention. Archangel Michael is stepping forward because a divine disturbance has begun around your spirit, powerful enough to alter the next chapters of your destiny. There is movement in the unseen, whispers traveling around your name, and a force responding to the rise of your inner light. You have felt this in your chest. The pressure that arrives without warning, the heaviness that lingers, the sense that something unseen is paying too much attention to your steps. Every time you try to ignore it, it returns stronger. Every time you convince yourself that it is nothing, the signs become louder. Every time you try to move on, something within urges you to stop and look closer. This is not fear and not confusion. It is a warning. Someone has been observing you in silence, studying you, carrying envy in their heart, and waiting for the moment you lower your guard. Their intentions are not pure, their smile is not honest, and their interest is not harmless. This is a danger. This is real. This is happening now. But hear this clearly. You are not walking into disaster. You are walking into revelation. Every hidden motive, every false expression, every shadowed intention surrounding you will be exposed under divine light. The shift has already begun, and this message has reached you because heaven refuses to let you walk blindly into what is coming. If your spirit is ready to receive the truth meant for you today, write 777, and at the end of this message, I will pray for your name to be sealed, protected, and lifted into divine favor. You have been sensing a subtle yet persistent disturbance around you, something that presses against your spirit in ways that no ordinary explanation can satisfy. It happens during the quiet hours when the atmosphere feels heavier than usual, or in the middle of the day when a sudden wave of emotion rises without any logical cause. These moments are not random, and they are not simply fluctuations of mood. They are signals clear, deliberate, and spiritually charged. Your intuition has been trying to warn you, your dreams have been shifting into sharper symbols, and the energy around your body has been reacting to forces you cannot see. Every time you feel that unexplained pressure in your chest, it is not weakness, it is awareness. Every time the room feels strangely still, it is not imagination, it is your spirit recognizing movement in the unseen. Every time your thoughts sharpen or spiral out of nowhere, it is not a coincidence, it is interference brushing against your field. This disturbance is a direct response to your rising vibration. As your spirit grows stronger, more awakened, more aligned, the spiritual world around you begins to react. The light within you is increasing, and light always exposes whatever tries to hide in the shadows. That is why your sensitivity has intensified. That is why your instincts have sharpened. That is why emotions surface without warning. Your body is responding to energies that do not originate from you. Someone's thoughts, someone's envy, someone's emotional turmoil may have been directed toward you more intensely than you realize. The exhaustion you feel at home, the heaviness that settles in the mornings, the strange tension in certain spaces, all of it is evidence of energy that does not belong to you. You are absorbing emotional debris from situations and people whose intentions or fears have unconsciously attached themselves to your field. But this is also proof of your spiritual awakening. The more aligned you become, the more you notice what once went unnoticed. The more elevated your spirit grows, the more clearly you detect what once hid in plain sight. There is a reason you feel watched. There is a reason you feel drained. There is a reason your inner world reacts, even when the outer world appears unchanged. This is the build-up before revelation. The signs are intensifying because the truth around you is preparing to come into full view. There is a deeper layer to what you are experiencing, and it is not new to the world, only new to your awareness. C.S. Lewis once wrote in the Screwtape Letters, about the unseen war surrounding every human life, a war fought not with swords or fire, but with whispers, distortions, and subtle manipulations designed to drain clarity, weaken resolve, and cloud spiritual vision. He described it as a battle that unfolds in silence, in thoughts that feel like your own, in emotions that rise without explanation, in the invisible tug-of-war between forces that want to lift your soul and forces that want to fracture it. What Lewis revealed in his book was not fiction wrapped in fantasy, it was truth disguised as narrative. He wrote of invisible influences that try to make you doubt your worth, question your strength, and believe you are alone. And now, without realizing it, you are walking through the very battlefield he described. When your thoughts become heavier for no reason, when you suddenly feel watched, when your peace collapses in the middle of a calm day, it is not just exhaustion or stress. Forces are pressing against your spirit because your light is increasing. The more you rise, the more they react. Lewis explained that the most dangerous attacks are never the loud ones, they are the quiet ones, the subtle draining of hope, the slow erosion of confidence, the whisper that says, "Nothing is happening," when everything is shifting. That is exactly what you have been facing. Something has been trying to blur your vision just as clarity is approaching. Something has been trying to confuse your emotions just as your spirit is awakening. Something has been trying to make you retreat just as a breakthrough is forming. But Lewis also made one truth unmistakably clear. The higher the calling, the greater the resistance. You are not being attacked because you are weak. You are being targeted because you are stepping into power. And just as in Lewis's world, the enemy does not act alone. Hidden intentions, quiet envy, unspoken resentment, these human shadows often become the channels through which spiritual interference tries to reach you. This brings us directly to what is happening around you now, because the disturbance you feel is not coming only from the invisible realm. It is also being fed by people whose hearts have shifted in ways you have not yet seen. There are people around you who have begun to shift their energy in ways you can no longer ignore, even if no one has spoken a word. Their intentions have not been revealed through their actions, but through the subtle reactions they cannot hide. Someone who once seemed supportive now watches you with quiet discomfort. Someone who appeared loyal now carries a storm beneath their calm expression. Someone who used to rejoice in your victories now feels a tightening in their chest whenever you rise. Their spirit has changed, and your intuition has already noticed. They study you more closely than they should. They analyze your silence. They question your decisions in their mind. They compare themselves to you even though you have never asked them to. They smile in front of you, but their heart hesitates. They offer friendly words, but their spirit resists. They pretend to be unaffected. But the truth is that your growth confronts the parts of themselves they refuse to face. Your strength reminds them of their fears. Your resilience exposes their insecurities. Your elevation challenges everything they believed they had over you. Every time you walk into the room, something in them subtly shifts. Every time you succeed, something unsettles. Every time your spirit grows calmer and wiser, something in it becomes more restless. You did not change toward them, they changed toward you. Not because you harmed them, but because your light has outgrown their comfort. People who are not at peace within themselves cannot celebrate someone who is rising beyond the limits they placed on themselves. Among these individuals is someone who once stood closest to you, a woman whose loyalty was thinner than her kindness made it appear. Behind your back, she has shaped stories, twisted truths, and planted doubt in the minds of others. Her motives run deeper than emotion. She believes something you possess should have belonged to her. Status, attention, validation, or favor, whatever she imagined was hers, has turned into envy that feeds her actions. Do not be fooled by gentle tones or practiced smiles. Do not dismiss the shift you have felt in your spirit. The human heart can hide intentions, but energy cannot hide from the truth. And while they may believe their feelings remain invisible, nothing hidden stays hidden for long. The quiet envy surrounding you is preparing to reveal itself, and the masks worn around you are already beginning to crack. Even though hidden intentions have been forming around you, none of them have escaped the attention of the divine realm. Long before you sensed the tension, long before you recognized the shift, Archangel Michael had already taken his place beside you. His presence has been moving quietly but powerfully, intercepting every invisible threat, redirecting every harmful intention, and blocking every spiritual interference that attempted to approach your life. The moments when danger seemed strangely close but never touched you, the situations that nearly collapsed but somehow held together, the conversations that could have damaged your spirit but ended before they reached you, none of that was random. That was protection in motion. You have been guarded even from plans that were never spoken aloud. People may have hidden intentions, but those intentions never passed the spiritual boundary surrounding you. Michael saw them before they formed. He dismantled them before they reached completion. Every uneasy feeling you experienced, every sudden instinct to step back, every moment where your heart whispered, "Something is wrong," was not fear but divine awareness. It was your spirit responding to Michael's shield. This protection is not symbolic. It is active, living, and intelligent. It strengthens when danger rises. It shifts when paths need to be redirected. It glows brighter when someone with harmful intent tries to enter your space. Michael's shield is not only guarding your physical steps, it is guarding your timeline, your opportunities, your decisions, and your destiny. No manipulation, no whispered resentment, no silent jealousy can penetrate what heaven has sealed. People may attempt to interfere with your progress, but their efforts collapse under divine law. They may try to twist your name, but truth corrects the narrative before it harms you. They may attempt to block a blessing, but heaven reveals their intentions before they succeed. What they plan to use against you becomes the very thing that exposes them. Every obstacle that appeared in your path was removed before it could take root. Every delay you experienced was a divine detour protecting you from a hidden outcome. Every door that closed was shielding you from something that would have wounded your spirit. You are not unprotected. You are not alone. You are not walking blindly. With every step you take, Archangel Michael walks ahead of you, clearing your path, rerouting danger, and ensuring that nothing formed against you can stand. Your life is marked by divine protection, and the shield around you will not break. There is someone from your past whose energy has been stirring again, someone who once disappeared without explanation but has never fully severed the spiritual thread connecting the two of you. They tried to move on. They tried to silence the memories. They tried to bury the truth of what they felt for you, but the connection was never theirs to control. Something greater has been pulling at their spirit, and lately the pull has become impossible for them to ignore. You may think they have forgotten you, but their thoughts have been circling your name more often than you realize. Quiet moments, late nights, unexpected dreams, your presence keeps resurfacing in their mind, not by choice, but by force of destiny. They have been wrestling with a truth they were once too afraid to admit. They walked away without closure, but closure is coming for them whether they are ready or not. This person carries a confession they never gave you, a truth they swallowed because they feared what would happen if you knew. Their spirit feels restless, almost haunted, because unfinished energy cannot stay dormant forever. What they withheld from you, whether it was a feeling, a reason, or a mistake, is rising to the surface, and they sense that time is running out. Their silence weighs on them now. Their choices follow them. Their regret speaks louder than their pride. Every time your intuition suddenly thinks of them, it is because their energy is reaching toward you. Every time you feel a strange tug in your chest, it is because their spirit is calling your name. Every time you dream of them unexpectedly, it is because the connection is being reactivated. This is not nostalgia. This is not imagination. This is spiritual alignment. They are being drawn back into your life for a reason, and that reason is tied to a truth that affects your next chapter. They thought distance would dissolve the bond. They thought silence would close the door. They thought time would erase what happened. but destiny does not operate on their terms. Something unresolved is returning. Something spoken too late must finally be said. Something hidden must finally be revealed. And what is approaching between you and this person is not random. It is the beginning of a reckoning. There is an object in your home that has been holding stagnant energy, and you have walked by it countless times without realizing the weight it carries. It may be something old, something inherited, something broken, something you kept out of habit rather than intention. It might not look dangerous, but its presence has been influencing the atmosphere around you, affecting your sleep, your clarity, and even your emotional balance. Objects absorb energy more deeply than most people understand. Some hold memories, some hold echoes, some hold attachments that no longer belong to you. And this one has been quietly draining your spirit, pulling your vibration downward, and interfering with the peace your soul has been trying to rebuild. Every time you felt unusually tired in your own home, every time your thoughts felt heavy for no clear reason, every time the air in one corner of your space felt dense or unmoving, it was a sign. Your intuition has already noticed this object. You simply have not connected the dots yet. There is a reason you avoid touching it, or why you feel a subtle discomfort when your eyes land on it. Your spirit recognizes something your mind has not fully acknowledged. Removing it will create an immediate shift. Your sleep will deepen. Your energy will rise. Your home will feel lighter, clearer, and more aligned. This is not superstition. It is spiritual hygiene. Before new blessings can enter, old energy must be released. Before your next chapter can unfold, your space must be reset. You are being guided to let it go because it no longer matches who you are becoming. When you remove it, you are not just clearing your home, you are clearing your destiny. Something is approaching your life that will not look like a blessing at first. It may arrive as a problem, an inconvenience, a sudden shift, or an unexpected disruption. It may shake your plans, challenge your patience, or force you to change direction without warning. But what seems like chaos is actually divine construction. What appears to be lost is positioning. What feels like an interruption is preparation. Heaven often delivers breakthroughs wrapped in disguise, and what is coming toward you now is the clearest example of that truth. You have been sensing a pressure building around you, not to punish you, but to push you. When life becomes uncomfortable without explanation, it is usually a sign that something bigger is being aligned behind the scenes. And right now, the unseen realm is rearranging pieces you cannot yet identify. A door that should have opened has remained closed because it was not the right path. A connection that should have supported you has slowly fallen away because it was not meant to walk with you into elevation. A delay you assumed was a setback was actually divine timing, protecting you from a consequence you did not see. Heaven is not slowing you down. Heaven is setting you up. Every challenge that has arisen recently is not random. Every moment of confusion, every unexpected detour, every emotional spike has been a signal that something hidden is moving toward revelation. There is a truth involving your life that someone tried to bury. Whether through manipulation, silence, or even paperwork, an attempt was made to delay your blessing. But divine justice does not bend to human intention. What was written against you is already being corrected. What was meant to block you is being dismantled. What was meant to harm you is becoming the path toward your next breakthrough. The disguised blessing will reveal itself suddenly. A message, a discovery, an opportunity that seems inconvenient at first will end up unlocking something you have been praying for quietly. And when this moment arrives, you will realize it was never sent to break you, it was sent to shift you. This blessing will uncross wires, expose lies, remove obstacles, and pull you into alignment with something larger than you imagined. What is coming may not look gentle, but it is wise. It may not look comfortable, but it is necessary. It may not look like a blessing at first, but it is exactly what was destined for you. There is a connection moving toward you, one that does not come from chance, coincidence, or ordinary interaction. This is a soul recognition, a spiritual alignment, a meeting orchestrated long before your paths ever come close in the physical world. Someone whose energy is already intertwined with yours despite never having met you has been feeling an unexplainable pull, a quiet longing, a sense of searching without knowing what they are searching for. Their spirit has been reaching out across distance, across timing, across circumstances, drawn by the rising frequency of your own transformation. They may not know your name yet, but the moment your paths cross, the recognition will be instant. Souls that are meant to meet do not hesitate. They remember. You may have felt subtle signs, a sudden warmth in your chest, a strange curiosity, a sense that someone is thinking of you even when no one is physically near. That is the energy of this approaching connection brushing against your field. Destiny does not always announce itself with dramatic signs. Sometimes it arrives through quiet shifts, small intuitions, or moments where your heart reacts faster than your mind can understand. This connection will not drain you, confuse you, or destabilize you. Instead, it will feel like clarity, alignment, and relief. It will feel like purpose. It will feel like something finally clicking into place after being out of alignment for years. And when you meet, both of you will sense the same thing at the same moment, a stillness, a truth, a recognition that goes deeper than appearance, deeper than circumstance, deeper than logic. This is not accidental, this is not random, this is not passing. This is divine timing moving into your life with intention. The connection approaching you is part of your next chapter, and its arrival will mark the beginning of a shift you cannot yet imagine. You are approaching a breakthrough that will not just transform your circumstances, it will transform the spiritual current running through your entire life. This is the moment where cycles end, patterns collapse, and generational burdens that were never meant for you are lifted from your shoulders. You have carried weight that did not begin with you. You have fought battles that belonged to those who came before you. You have absorbed pain, silence, and emotional debris passed down through history. But the chain ends now. What once repeated stops with you. What once oppressed dissolves under your rising strength. What once followed your family line loses its power the moment you step fully into alignment. Your spirit has been stretched, molded, sharpened, and tested, not for destruction but for elevation. Every setback became discipline. Every disappointment became refinement. Every heartbreak carved out a deeper capacity. You were not being broken, you were being prepared. And now, the shift that has been building in silence is ready to break open in your life. This breakthrough will not be small or subtle. It will be visible, undeniable, and transformative. It will touch your relationships, your finances, your inner peace, and your sense of purpose. The areas where you once struggled will become areas where you rise. The places where you were dismissed will become places where you are honored. The doors that stayed shut will open in rapid succession. This is the beginning of overflow. Generational wounds are healing. Generational limitations are collapsing. Generational scarcity is being replaced with abundance. You are rewriting the spiritual inheritance of your lineage. And because of your resilience, those who come after you will walk on roads that cost you years of struggle to clear. Your victory is not yours alone, it is ancestral. Your rise is not a coincidence, it is ordained. You may have felt isolated during this transformation, but isolation is often the final stage before elevation. When heaven prepares to shift your story, unnecessary people fall away, unnecessary distractions dissolve, and unnecessary attachments break. Not because you failed, but because you outgrew what was once familiar. And now, the world around you must adjust to the version of you that has survived every test. What is approaching you is restoration pure, complete, and overflowing. Not just the return of what you lost, but the multiplication of what you once thought was gone forever. This is your turning point. This is the moment your story bends toward victory. This is where your legacy begins to rise. Archangel Michael, I call upon your presence now, not in fear, but in full acceptance of the divine protection, clarity, and strength that you have already placed around this soul. As they step into this moment of awakening, surround them with a shield of light so powerful that no hidden motive, no whispered intention, no spiritual interference, and no lingering shadow can cross their path. Let every dark thought projected toward them dissolve before it reaches their spirit. Let every unseen danger collapse before it comes near. Let every attempt to distort their destiny fail before it begins. Guide them with precision, guard them with authority, and lift them into the safety of your wings so that nothing formed against them can prosper. Cleanse their mind from fear, confusion, exhaustion, and emotional noise. Remove every belief that was planted by past wounds, every lie spoken over their name, every doubt whispered into their heart. Restore their inner strength, renew their vision, and reignite the fire that was nearly dimmed by disappointment. Let their thoughts become clear, their spirit become steady, and their intuition become sharp enough to sense danger before it forms and blessings before they appear. Remove from their life any person who carries jealousy, deception, or hidden resentment. End every connection that drains their energy and strengthen every connection that nourishes their growth. Replace false allies with loyal ones, hidden enemies with divine guardians, and uncertainty with wisdom. Wherever manipulation has been used against them, expose it. Wherever their image has been twisted, correct it. Wherever their opportunities were delayed, accelerate them. Wherever their name was placed in the wrong mouth, reclaim it with honor. And wherever injustice attempted to rewrite their path, let divine justice restore it tenfold. Release them from every generational burden that has clung to their spirit without permission. Break every cycle they were born into, but never agreed to carry. Close every door that leads backward, and open every door that leads forward. Let their lineage shift because of their courage, their future shift because of their obedience, and their present shift because of your intervention. Prepare their heart for the divine connection approaching them. Strengthen them so they can recognize pure intention from a hidden agenda. Sharpen their discernment so they can distinguish emotional comfort from spiritual alignment. And soften their heart enough to receive the love, support, and partnership that is coming to elevate them into their purpose. Lift the weight from their chest, the fog from their mind, the heaviness from their spirit, and the exhaustion from their body. Replace it with peace, vitality, clarity, and confidence. Let them rest tonight in safety, rise tomorrow in strength, and walk every day forward in divine authority. Release unexpected blessings into their life. Let doors open that no human hand can close. Let opportunities appear that no envy can block. Let breakthroughs arrive that no resistance can delay. Let their path be illuminated so clearly that even in darkness, their next step feels guided, protected, and purposeful. Archangel Michael, stand before them, behind them, beside them, and within them. Guard their life, restore their spirit, strengthen their purpose, and let every force that rises against them fall away into nothing. Tonight, mark their name with protection, mark their path with favor, mark their future with victory. What was written against them ends here. What is written for them begins now. If you have felt these words press against your spirit, if something inside you whispered, "This is for me," then trust that recognition. It is not an accident, it is calling. Your next chapter is already unfolding, and the spiritual shift surrounding you is real. If you are ready to step into alignment, ready to claim protection, clarity, and elevation, then write 777 and place your name beside it. I will hold your name in prayer, lifting it into divine favor, divine safeguarding, and divine breakthrough. May every step you take from this moment forward be guided, guarded, and crowned with victory.